Hey, what's up guys? As you can tell from the thumbnail, you probably saw some Among Us. It's been a game that's been getting a lot of popularity, a lot of traction within the Yu-Gi-Oh community, the Pokemon community. Actually, in fact, whatever community you're a part of, you're probably playing this game. Well, why is it so popular? Well, I have no idea. In fact, I had to give it a test run for myself, and oh my goodness, is this game the dumbest game I've ever played my entire life. Everyone susses you out for literally just walking down the corridor. When next thing you know, you're dead. Well, you're probably wondering, Pack, what the heck are you ranting about this time? What does this have to do with Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, in Yu-Gi-Oh, funny enough, it's basically 1v1 Among Us. In Among Us, you have to kind of basically suss out or figure out who the heck the imposter is. Well, in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's basically 1v1 Among Us. And how is it exactly 1v1 Among Us? Well, first of all, your opponent is an imposter, but instead of, essentially going around killing people, they're hand-trapping people to death with Ash Blossom, Veiler, Impermanence, Gamma, Nibiru. Well, today's video is going to be about reading your opponent, and just like in Among Us, you have to read your opponent and, figure out who the imposter is. Today, we're going to try to read our opponent's hand and figure out how many hand traps they have before you lose. So that's going to be the premise of the video today, guys. I hope you guys are excited because I'm about to call that an emergency meeting. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be showing you is this gameplay between me and Madonna Butana Spectrale. Well, first off, the name is already sus enough, but we're going to go into the game with hide our hand. I'm actually going to show my hand, but we're going to kind of hide our opponent's hand because the whole premise of this video is to read our opponent and figure out what the heck they might have. This is already game 3, and I saw his hand game 1 and 2, so I know he's playing Aulic, right? But he was also hand-trapping me a lot game 1 and 2, and so today I figured this would be a really good replay to show where I do my best to play around not 1, not 2, not maybe 3 hand traps. So let's get right into it, guys. We're going to start off with Special Summon Red Layer, activate Durandal to search. At this point in time, I'm stressed, right? I had to figure out what is the best way to sequence my plays to lose to less hand traps or not to lose to hand traps right off the bat. We're going to see right here that I go Durandal effect to search Firefin Lady instead of an Oliver or an Ogier because I want to save my normal summon to summon Despot, and that lets me play through an extra interruption on his Soul Day's second effect. You see here I'm going to special Firefin Lady, make a Soul Day, and then activate his Soul Day's first effect, and oh my goodness, he activates Imperm right away, and I'm just like, first of all, you hand trapped the first effect of his Soul Day, kind of sus. Second, that kind of gave me a tell that he probably has a second hand trap if I were to try and make a second Soul Day. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make Link Cross, and here he's actually going to use Veiler. I was kind of shook on this, to be honest. I didn't really expect Link Cross to get Veilered here, but then I activate Monster Reborn to punish him for imperming my Soul Day, and guess what? It got Ash, and I'm just like, yo, Monka S, he already hand trapped me 3 times, and I just go normal summon Despot, and then just play through it. The reason why I held the Despot in my hand for so long was because I wanted to test how many hand traps he actually had, and then using his Soul Day's effect, I knew I can bait out something else. When he first went Imperm, I kind of had I guess a guess that he might have had another Gamma because you always want to Imperm first before you Gamma because if you Gamma first, then you can't use Impermanence. So I didn't expect the Veiler on the Link Cross, actually. I actually expected Link Cross to go through, and I think if he played his hand correctly, I still would have actually played through the 3 hand traps. But I mean, I pretty much was trying my best to figure out what kind of hand he had, and it seems like he had a really strong hand, but he kind of was just throwing it, It's like that person in Among Us that just goes around killing people in plain sight, and you caught them red-handed, and then they're like, it wasn't me, bro. And I was like, no, I just caught you red-handed. You just hand-trapped me 3 times. There's no way he has a 4th. At least that's essentially my thought process. If he did, it would have to be Nibiru, and so that's why you see here I summon the Plague Spreader Zombie. Then I'm going to use the Phoenix Blade effect to banish these 2 to add the Phoenix Blade to my hand. And you're probably wondering, how do I get another machine to make Auroradon? Well, you see, we can use the DDR, not a brick by the way, summon back the Red Layer, use Red Layer and Plague Spreader Zombie to make power tool draw again. There it is. We get our machine access, and that is full combo, guys. So you'll see right here, I use power tools effect. You know, always lucky. Get a DDR, never punish, never punish. And then we get Auroradon's effect. We summon it back. We summon a token back. Make Herald, make some more plays, and then boom, he was about to get FTK'd. Man, this is crazy. And we'll actually show his hand. He actually had another Ash Blossom in his hand and a punishment. But this is essentially what I'm trying to show you guys is to sequence your plays the best way you can and try to figure out what your opponent might have and the way they sequence their plays. And that's like one example of how to read your opponent. Well, guys, the other way to read your opponent is very, very simple. This is what you do. You draw a Dolphin or Neospace Connector, and then you look at their hand, and then boom. You don't need to make any more reads. You just take a peek. And this is why, like, knowledge and hand knowledge is essentially FTK in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, knowing your opponent's hand is so broken. That's like, imagine being an imposter and knowing where everyone is the entire time. So if someone's separated by himself, well, you're just gonna skedaddle over there and assassinate him. And that's pretty much why Neospace Connector, and that's why like I play 2 Dolphin in my main deck, because Dolphin is such a crazy card. Like, looking at your opponent's hand should never be a thing. But Konami made this card, so you know, I'm just doing what I'm meant to do. I'm just gonna show this gameplay where this is what happens when I see your entire hand. You're gonna see me literally go nuts, go bonkers, right? I have free reign, be able to do whatever the heck I want, and so I'm trying to accomplish the biggest board possible. You see here that I actually drew the Cold Wing off the formula, never lucky. But you know what? We never get punished because we know how to play this deck to its max potential. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. We're actually going to put back the Cold Wing there, and then boom, we make a Charles, and then boom, we make a Auroradon. And there it is, guys. We actually don't trigger the Despot 01. It is an optional effect for those of you who do not know that. We're going to actually tribute the Omega here. There's going to be a big play. We actually make Omega. Then we're going to use Omega's effect to shuffle back the power tool to reuse it and make a second one, man. That is literally some things that lets you big brain. You can then special summon Reynolds, special Reynolds, effect, add another DDR, make Omega. We're going to Omega loop for basically 3 cards. And we're going to have to hit the heck out of those Dark Rulers, Droplet, and essentially prevent him from winning the game. And you're going to see exactly how I do that. We're going to hit the Meltdown. We're going to just keep looping it, man. We're just going to keep looping the cards out of his hand. And yeah, I mean, he pretty much can't play. We're going to rip out the Alistair. So all he has is Droplet. So good luck having Droplet and trying to play it through that. Top decks Ecclesia because, you know, he's nice. But what can we do, man? He's just too good at the game. But does it matter? No, it does not matter. Summon. He's going to attack. I'm like, does it even matter? So he scoops there. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just to show you why hand knowledge is so important. By the way, I drew Cold Wing again. Jesus. Well, if you guys enjoyed this shorter video than usual, give this video a thumbs up. I hope you learned a little bit about how to read your opponent. In all seriousness, though, learning how to read your opponent is like really hard part of the game. It definitely comes with a lot of experience. It's also like gauging your opponent's kind of like power level almost. Like, you kind of like have to look at your opponent and like kind of get a guess on like, I guess, their experience within the game. And that really matters because the way they hand trap, the way they sequence their plays, like they give a lot of information off just the way they play. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to hint at. You know, pay attention to how your opponent plays their cards, how they activate their effects, all these like really good hints that kind of like give you a good gauge of, you know, the opponent's skill level. You gauge their skill level, you kind of determine just the way they play. And understanding the way they play, you can like make a good guess for what they might have. The other thing is understanding your opponent's deck, and this is something that I really talked about in on I guess like on the previous video if you guys haven't watched that already. And it's essentially like know thyself, know thy enemy. And this is a really good quote from Sun Tzu, which he kind of talks about how, you know, knowing your deck really well is insane, but knowing your opponent's deck is just as, you know, I guess important. And you kind of see that like whenever I play games and stuff, like you have to understand how your opponent's deck works to properly hand trap them. And that's why like whenever I play decks with like 15 hand traps, it's the hand traps aren't what's winning you the game. It's when you properly hand trap your opponent that you know, gives you the dub at the end of the day. But I hope you guys enjoy like the silly Among Us puns and I guess some of the references to Sun Tzu. and just like the video in general. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. Mean the world to me. And as always, definitely go check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/pack_official_tcg. We've been killing it on stream, guys, and it's amazing having you there. Really, really enjoy the community that we've been building. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace.